Ladies and gents, this right here is the cheapest tier 0 deck ever created. I'm telling you, you can win every single tournament that you go to. Welcome to Legacy of Destruction. Without further ado, let's begin. Ladies and gents, today I'm coming to you guys with my first place OTS Tenpai Dragon deck profile. Legacy Destruction just came out, and happy Sunday! Guys, yesterday I went to my local OTS tournament and went undefeated with this Tenpai Dragon deck. Not a lot of people know what this deck does, and that's a huge advantage that you have, especially when it comes to the first week of OTS. This deck is obviously a tier 1 deck,
Or should I say tier 0?
so here's my prize and a couple OTS packs right here. You got some OTS 24 and OTS 23. And before we get into this video is powered by Supreme Pro. Be sure to get your sleeves today in the link down below at tx1.com. Be sure to use the code PAC10 or Potato10 for 10% off site-wide, which is absolutely amazing. If you guys haven't gotten your deck box yet, make sure you guys go ahead and get your deck box. This right here is the Bond Unity's deck box that I've been using ever since the release, so obviously absolutely insane. If you guys haven't got that yet, make sure you guys go ahead and get that in the link down below. And the sleeves that I'm using is of course the SP pinks, the best sleeves ever, guys. Look, the shuffling on this is just absolutely insane. So let's begin. Since obviously this deck is a bit new, I'm gonna go a little bit in depth on what the cards do. First and foremost, we're gonna play 3 copies of Tenpai Dragon Pydra. This card's absolutely insane. What this card does is that when this card is normal summon or special summon, you can add to your hand or set one Sangen spell or trap card directly from your deck. So this card actually plays around roll, which is absolutely insane. So you can just go Tenpai Dragon Pydra, set the field spell, flip the field spell, add the fire, and then if they draw you, it doesn't even matter. Like, it doesn't do anything at that point. You can just still OTK your opponent in the battle phase. You take no battle damage involving your fire dragon monsters, and every single Tenpai Dragon monster has the ability to quick sync during the battle phase. So it's a straddles the entire deck, and it's also 1700 beat stick, which is really strong. So 3 copies of Tenpai Dragon Pydra. By the way, huge shout out to Lungio. I learned how to play this deck from Lungi. So make sure you guys check out his channel, Lungio. He's the best OCG player that I know. He's absolutely insane. So huge shout out to Lungi for teaching me how to play this deck. Next, we're going to play 3 fire, aka Trudra. Once per turn during the battle phase, you can obviously quick sync. This card's a free summon. You control a fire dragon monster. You can special this card from your hand. And at the start of damage step, if a monster battles, any monster battles, okay, you can special 1 level 4 or lower fire dragon monster from your deck, except for fire dragon Chandra. This card is absolutely insane. Whenever any of your monster battles, it summons a level 4 or lower fire dragon monster directly from the deck, and obviously has the ability to quick sync, and is also a tuner for the deck, which is absolutely strong. So 3 copy of Chandra, absolutely insane. And the one you want to summon off, of course, Chandra, is of course the Fadra right here. What this card does, if this card is normal summon or special summon, or at the start of the damage step, if a monster battles, you can target 1 level 4 or lower fire dragon monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So this card is a monster reborn for the deck, and like Chandra, this card is also a huge extender that the deck has access to, which is absolutely insane. And what it does is that your fire dragon monsters cannot be destroyed in battle. So obviously what you do is that with Chandra right here, you want to go battle phase, attack with Chandra, and at the start of damage step, it summons out Fadra directly from the deck. And then what happens is that since Fadra is on the field, your fire dragon monsters, after the damage calculation resolves, is going to be unable to be destroyed by battle because the Fadra is on the field, which is absolutely amazing. Which is why these 2 cards in combination is just really strong. Trudra at the start of damage that brings this out, and then this will protect Trudra from being destroyed by battle because this card is now facing on the field during the end of the damage step, which is really strong. And when it's summoned, if you have a monster in the grave, you use this effect to revive back a monster from the graveyard, which is absolutely strong. Or if any of your monster battles, you can special summon a monster from the grave, which is absolutely amazing. So Fadra is really good for that. Just another extender that you have access to in the deck. And it has the amazing to quick sync as well during the battle phase, which is absolutely strong. So double copies of Fadra right here. Do not worry, guys. She'll give you guys combos throughout the end of the video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Next off, to further your engine, play triple copies of Sangen Summoning. What this card does, it's searchable off of Hydra, and during the main phase, 1 fire dragon monster controls are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. So, ladies and gents, this card is a miscellaneous source for Tenpais. During main phase 1, basically your dragons cannot be stopped. It's basically unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. I've never seen anything so broken than this card. This card is so strong. And during the main phase, you can add 1 Tenpai Dragon monster from your deck to your hand and discard 1 card. So more than likely with Sangen, you want to be searching the fire and discarding 1 card. It doesn't matter. This card generates you so much advantage. And it has an amazing ability where if this card is destroyed during the battle phase, you can target 1 Dragon Sacred monster control and double its attack. So basically, you have cards like Trident Dragon to pop this card, or even the Biden to pop itself to make your monster gain double the attack, which is absolutely amazing. This in conjunction with Biden and Trident Dragon is absolutely amazing. Not only is it a searcher, but it also protects and it also helps the OTKs, which is absolutely amazing. It's triple copy of Sangen Summoning, 3 copies of this, 1 Terraforming, 1 set rotation because you want to have more copies of Sangen. and last but not least, one chicken game. Honestly, guys, if you're activating this, like if you're activating set rotation to give your opponent chicken game and give you Sanguine Summoning, you're just already just gonna win the duel from that point. You know what I'm saying? Like if this card resolves and you somehow get to the battle phase, you basically just win the duel from there on in. Like you're not like this game, like this deck doesn't last on like turn 3. Like it doesn't go to turn 3. Like usually turn 2, games are finishing really fast with this deck because you summon either Meteor Burst and enter the battle phase with fire, with of course Chandra, and then you just game your opponent from there on in. Like the deck is just super duper strong. So that's why like I want to maximize myself on actually playing the Sanguine Summoning alongside with the Hydros, because you want to get access to this card as soon as possible, so that way that your deck is resilient to hand traps, right? Like you don't want to lose to like hand traps. The only thing that is lose to is like Ghost Soldier, obviously. So not a lot of people were playing Ghost Soldier yesterday. Obviously not a lot of people will expect this deck. A lot of people were still on Snake Eyes, and this deck takes advantage of that. If you're not adapting to the meta and playing cards like Ghost Ogre, which I feel like you have to now in today's metagame because of this deck. This card is only hurt by Ogre, obviously, but other than that, if you already have your quick play spell during the battle phase, you can still win anyways. This card just ensures that you're protected from hand traps and ensures that you can easily OTK your opponent, right, by just entering battle phase, and just making cards Meteor Burst before you enter the battle phase is actually really strong. So that's more of your engine. And last but not least, we're going to play 3 copies of Sanguine Cayman. What this card does is apply one of these effects will be activated during the battle phase. You can apply any other effects in sequence. You basically add level 4 or lower fire dragon monster from your deck to your hand, and then if you activate the battle phase, you can activate both of them. You add it to your hand, and then you splash summon it, right? So basically what I do and how I won most of my games is that if I can summon Pydro, if I go Pydro, search fire, right? If I go Pydro, get Sanguine Summoning, search fire, summon fire, make Meteor Burst, go to battle phase. If I already have this card in my hand, I just win the game, because in the battle phase, your opponent cannot activate anything because Meteor Burst is on the field, and the only way you lose is Ash on Sanguine Cayman during the battle phase. So you have to be careful with that. That's why I actually prioritize on actually getting Sanguine Summoning on the field as much as possible, and prioritizing Meteor Burst out as quickly as possible, because Meteor Burst can be targeted because of field spell, and then once you get into the battle phase, your opponent just loses the entire duel. So this card is just absolutely insane to help you further extend your plays. So that's pretty much it, guys. This right here, look, it's like the absolute must. Like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17, and the last card that I'm playing to make this exact 20 is I'm playing Triple Pot of Desires for engine. You can actually play Prosperity as well, but I feel like Desires is better, just gives you more advantage. It also is great Ash bait. You can actually OTK through Prosperity, have a 37,000 damage, it's still OTK, so you can play Prosperity over Desires if you guys like, but I feel like just having the more card advantage is better. In my personal opinion, definitely I would try to sub it out with Prosperity. Who knows? I'm still going to further test out this deck. The deck is still really young. The reason why this deck is so strong is because one card equals FTK, and the other 20 can just be 20 non-engines that you can play in the deck. And I did not lose at all when I opponent forced me to go first, because you have a bunch of hand traps in your deck, right? Like you're playing 3 Ash Blossoms, Enjoy Spring, then you know 3 Ash is really strong right here. For non-engine, obviously I'm playing 3 Ghost Ogre for the mirror. It's also really good against IP as well. Triple copies of Nibiru the Primal Being. I still like Nibiru. This card is really, really strong against Snake Eye deck. In combinations of cards like, Effect Veiler is also really strong with Nib. Nib Imperm is also really, really strong. And these are just like the hand traps that I opted to play. I think 15 is like the bare minimum that you must play in my personal opinion. So these are the 15 that I decided to choose to play, which is really strong. And the last but not least, I'm playing 3 Forbidden Droplet, okay, and 2 Tactics Talents right here. I like Droplet. Droplet is just really strong. You can also opt to play more hand traps, but I feel like going second, having access to Droplet is already game anyways. Like you just want to make sure your Pydro resolves. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to make sure your Sanguine Summoning resolves. You want to make sure that you can stop that Appaloosa fairly quickly, and then head on to the battle phase. And Droplets and Tactics helps get you there. Obviously, with cards like Baron and Savage being banned in this format, cards like Droplets and especially Tactics become infinitely better. There's not a lot of Omni Negates now, so Tactics stealing Appaloosa to ensure that your combo goes off, and like Droplet negating Appaloosa or IP just to ensure that you have game is absolutely mandatory. So I like the 5 kind of like board breakers mixed in with the hand traps. I like Droplet. It also has dual purposes of good going first, and same thing with Tactics. It's good going first if you get hand trap and you look at your opponent's hand, take out their starters, and Droplet is really good going first as well, and also going second and actually help breaking board. So triple Droplet, triple Tactics, I feel like it's just like the other non-engine that I decided and opted to play, and it worked out really, really well at the OTS that I played in. So Droplet and Tactics is just really, really nice. For the extra deck, obviously I'm playing the brand new 2 Biden Dragon. What this card does is that You discard a single summon, you can target one fire dragon monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Also, you can not special summon for the rest of the turn except for dragon monsters. If 3 or more attacks have been declared this turn, quick effect, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. Then you can destroy one spawn trap on the field. So summoning this card and destroying, of course, Sengen summoning to ensure that this card becomes double damage is absolutely insane. And it's also like a quick reborn during the battle phase, which is really strong. And then next, I'm playing the one Tenpai Transcendent Dragon. What this card does is that all monster your opponent controls must attack if able, and your opponent cannot activate card or effects during the battle phase. Basically, what I'm trying to do, if I can, I either get access to Transcendent Dragon during main phase 1, or Meteor Burst main phase 1, enter the battle phase, so they can't activate doing anything. So they can't activate anything in the battle phase whatsoever. So Dragon is just really strong. If this card is single summon, you can change all monsters on the field to attack position. So it forces your opponent's monsters into attack mode. If 3 or more attacks has been declared this turn, quick effect, you can special summon this card, then destroy one card on the field. So it's just an additional pop alongside Biden as well, which is actually really strong. And what you can do is that if you already attack with this, if you get access to Trident Dragon can pop this and also pop your field spell to boost up the attack, and then attack with Dragon, and then activate this from the grave to revive back itself to attack again, which is actually insane. So Transcendent Dragon is just really, really strong for that. The fact that it's kind of like another Meteor Burst just makes this card absolutely insane. So Tenpai is really good. Next, the Dissipator, Trident Dragon. You actually don't need this. I actually had this in my Dunai bulk, which is absolutely insane. But you guys do not need this at all. It's just I feel like it's there just in case in those like complex scenarios where like you have to pop multiple cards on your opponent's side of the field. Yes, like the extra pop is not mandatory because you're already popping with Quibo. And Nash is a huge fan of this card, and he's the one that actually came up with this combo to Q belt to actually OTK your opponent without trying to drag on. But I feel like it's just there just in case, you know, for those complex game states. Like you don't need him, but it's good to have for sure. Like I still wouldn't cut this. The Moonlight Dragon, the Qui Belt, Black Rose Dragon right here to nuke your opponent's entire board, which is really good, and they can't stop this, right? Which is absolutely insane. When Sangan is on the field, of course. One Meteor Burst. This is my favorite card in the extra deck. You go Sangan. You have Pydra set Sangan. Sangan Search Fire. Summon this. If you have Kaiman in your hand, you enter battle phase, and then they can't activate anything, and then you just OTA your opponent from there. Like Meteor Burst is like the best card in my extra deck, in my personal opinion. And it's also a Fire Dragon. The one Ancient Fairy Dragon. Next for the links, the one Hieratic Seal, one Promethean Princess, one World Seas Atlantis, one Hida, and Raging Phoenix. This is just in case you get D-Barrier, but D-Barrier doesn't hurt this deck because you still have access to your OTA line, so don't play D-Barrier. I have a better card for you guys to play instead of D-Barrier. So that's pretty much for the extra deck. After the side deck, guys, side deck is just really like on its early stage. It's just have most of these cards to test for now. I'm playing 3 Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. This card's insane. You're playing breakers like droplets and tactics, so like going second, drawing to more of your breakers is just absolutely insane. So Phantasme is just really strong for that. I like this card. The 3rd Talons, the Harpy's Feather Duster, and 3 Cosmics just for back row. So like Phantasmes help you dig into these cards alongside Droplet and Tactics going second, which is actually really strong. And it's also another body to help your cards get protected from cards like, you know, Imperm or Veilers and stuff like that without having to rely on your field spells being on the field. Cosmics is really good for cards like Seal Drain or against the runic matchups. Cosmics and everything is just really good for that. So that's pretty much it. Still testing these currently. And for going first, I don't have Heat Wave. Heat Wave is so expensive. So I play this instead. Simul Archfiends. This card's insane. Not a lot of people know this card, but this card is way better than D-Barrier. What this does is that this turn, neither player can special summon monsters with the same card types they already control. So like for decks that focuses on link summoning or synchro summoning or Xyz summoning, like the Mirror, like of course Snake Eyes, this card's insane. If they control link, they can no longer link summon. So what does this cut off? They cut off, of course, the Atlantis OTK. In the Mirror, this cuts off all the synchro lines. In Pearly, this cuts off all their Xyz lines. Like, this card's insane. It's way better than D-Barrier because if your D-Barrier calls synchro, I can still get access to my Atlantis plays, right? While going second. So Simul Archfiend is just better. And obviously, if I had Heat Wave, I'd play Heat Wave over this. Or I'll play Heat Wave and this. Like, this card is insane going first. When they force me to go first, I just like side this in and like have a bunch of hand traps still, and I still win the games. And you know, like I don't have Heat Waves. I had a lot of cards in my side deck. This is really sus, by the way. Like, don't do this, but I felt like I didn't have any other better cards aside going first, right? Like, so going first, I had Crystal Wing, Blackwing Assault Dragon, Ultimaya, and Blackwing Dragon. I just sided this going in first. If they forced me first, like I always sided this in. Like, You know what I'm saying? Like I slide these cards in. It looks kind of sus, but a 2-card combo ends you on this crazy board, which I'm about to showcase you guys throughout the combo segment. But if you guys have Heat Waves or Gravekeeper's Inscriptions or even just like Summon Breaker, you guys can go ahead and do that. But I didn't have Summon Breaker, right? So I had to like kind of like suss it out and just like play these, and it worked out pretty good. People take out Nibs against this deck, so I just like go balls to the wall deep going first into this combo. I'll show you guys 2 combos you guys must know when it comes to playing this deck. So those of you who are new here, you guys can learn how to properly combo with this deck, and I'll showcase you guys the combo that I do going first. So let's get started with the combo segment of this video.
Unity Double Deck Box. Holographic design inside and out. Each deck box includes 3 leather dividers, 1 metal field center, and 1 TSX1 attribute dice. Get your limited deck box now at tsx1.com.
I'm gonna show you guys some bread and butter combos you guys must know when it comes to playing this Tenpai Dragon deck. This right here is 37,400 damage, which is insane. This is of course Unity green dual field right here. Absolutely insane with the new banishment zone for you guys to organize your cards. If you guys haven't gotten this playmat, this is the rubber edition, which I feel like is the best. But if you guys want the cloth hybrid, which is called Stitch Deluxe Cloth, you guys can get that as well. It's like a cloth top and like a rubber bottom, which is absolutely insane. So if you guys want to get that, links down below. Pack 10, Potato 10, 10% off site wide alongside your deck boxes as well. So get your sleeves today, the best sleeves in the entire world, guys. White's already sold out, coming soon, but we still got pink. You want to activate Sangan summoning, activate Sangan. You're going to search, of course, the Tenpai Dragon Hydra. You're going to discard whatever card that's in your hand to the grave. Okay. Now you're going to normal summon the Hydra here. You're going to activate Hydra's effect. You're going to search the Cayman. Now you're just going to enter battle phase. You're going to activate Sangan Cayman. Right here, you're going to search, of course, the Chundra. And since it's in the battle phase, you get to activate both effects in sequence. So you can summon this card from your hand. Okay. Battle phase still, your attack is 1700 damage. 15 activates effect. Special summon, of course. This, you're attacking. Another 1600 damage. Next, you're going to quick sync. Activate Chundra to quick sync. Okay, so you already use fire. Okay, into Bident. Bident effect, revive back. Of course, the Hydra. Okay, so you're going to attack. 16. Okay, damage step. At the start of damage step, you're going to activate Hydra's effect to revive this back. Okay, so you take 26. You take another 15. Okay, you take another 17. Okay, which is absolutely insane. And then you use this. You're gonna use this quick, right? You haven't used these yet. So you're gonna use Bident. You're gonna use Hydra, the quick sync. These two. To make Transcend. Okay. Alright. Transcend will attack for 3k. And then since you declared definitely more than 3 attacks, you can summon back, of course, Tenpai Bident right here. You're just going to attack again. Okay. And then use, of course, Bident right here to quick sync because you haven't used the effect quick sync yet. You're going to use this. And, of course, the Fadra here. Level 10, which is going to be the Trident Dragon. You're going to activate Trident Dragon here. Pop this. And also pop this. Okay. This now is at 6,000. Attack. Attack again. And then you're going to activate, of course, Transcendent Dragon. Since 3 or more attack was declared, you can summon this back. And attack again. This should have been Fadra for more damage. You know, it's essentially the same thing. Should have been this for more damage, but you guys get the FTK, right? Like, it's just insane off just 1 card. The fact that you're able to do something like this with just 1 card is just absolutely ridiculous. So next, I'm going to show you guys some tips. One of my favorite things to do with this deck right here is to prioritize Meteor Burst before going to the battle phase. For example, like if you open up with Hydra or Cayman, and like what you can do is that you can go, you can activate Hydra's effect. You can set the Sangan summoning. You can activate Sangan here. Activate its effect. You can search the fire. You can discard a card right here, which is insane. Then you special summon fire. Then you use these two. Okay. The Synchro summon into Meteor Burst Dragon. And now they can't stop you. You know, like if this resolves, they can't stop anything because during the main phase, your Fire Dragon monsters are unaffected by your opponent activate effects. So Meteor Burst is protected. And then if you have, all you need is Cayman to be able to resolve this because you need to search Shudra during the battle phase. So now once you have this, you enter the battle phase, your opponent can activate anything in the battle phase. Like they can't ash this because the only way you lose to is if they ash this. So they can't ash that. So I always try to like go to Meteor Burst first. So you go this, right? Activates effect. You're going to search fire. And since it's the battle phase, you get a special fire. So they can't do anything in the battle phase. You attack 15, activates effect. Bring out Fadra from the deck, which is really strong. Bring out Fadra from the deck. You use Chundra to bring out Fadra from the deck. You can activate Fadra's effect. Especially when, of course, Hydra from the grave. So you attack 15, 16, 17, 25. Use Chundra's effect to quick sync with these two. Summon Bident, okay? Activate Biden's effect. Summon back, of course, Hydra here. Attack 26, attack 17. Okay, attack 26, attack 17. Activate Hydra's effect, quick sync. These two into Transcendent. Attack. Attack for 3k. Effect, since 3 or more attacks is declared, summon it back from the grave. Okay. Attack for another 26. Effect, Bident. Effect, Bident. You haven't used Bident yet. You use Hydra and you also use Fire. Effect, Bident. Quick sync with Fadra. Make Trident Dragion. Okay. Effect, Trident Dragion. Pop this, pop this. This is 6,000. Effect, Transcendent. Comes out. Attack. Attack, attack. And this is all during the battle phase, and your opponent cannot activate anything because the Meteor Burst is in the battle phase. So this combo is just absolutely insane. Like, it's a 2-card combo, obviously, but if I have that 2-card combo, I'm going Meteor Burst every single time before I do anything else. So yeah, this deck is absolutely disgusting. So what happens in the force to first post siding? This is what I do, ladies and gents. Post siding, obviously siding in these guys here. You're siding these guys going first, and you're also siding 4 of these guys. You're siding all these guys right here, and what I'm siding out is obviously the links. You side out all the links right here, which is really good. So you side out all these links, and you're basically putting these guys in, okay, into your deck. And then you have this pattern. You also have some Archfiends in your deck going first to help you combat, right? So this card's also insane. And what I do is that, like, you know, it's 2-card combo, but at least ends on like multiple disruption, which is actually insane, while forcing you to go first, right? So what do you do with this? With this, you want to normal summon Hydra, activate Hydra's effect. You're gonna set the Sangan. Yeah, you're just gonna set the Sangan summoning. Activate Sangan summoning right here. You're gonna search the Fadra. Okay, and you're gonna discard 1 card. So discard 1. Okay. Now you're gonna special summon Chundra. You're gonna take these 2. You're gonna special summon, of course, Chundra. You're gonna quick sync. And then obviously this is your hand. You're gonna summon, of course, the Fire. Then you're gonna synchro these 2 into level 7. This is gonna be your Ancient Fairy. Okay. Activate Ancient Fairy Dragon to special summon, of course, the Fadra right here. The Fadra is gonna activate its effect to revive back, of course, the Chundra, which is absolutely amazing. You use Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect to pop the Sangan summoning. Chicken Game. Honestly, at this point, if you had a Summon Breaker, I recommend Summon Breaker instead of Chicken Game. But I don't have Summon Breaker, so unfortunately I have to search Chicken Game. I use these 2 right here to make Bident. Okay, so yeah, you make Bident. Then Bident effect activates. You're gonna special summon, of course, right here. You use Bident's effect right here to special summon the Hydra. It doesn't matter what you summon, to be honest. And now you synchro these 2 into Ultimaya. Zolkin here. So Ultimaya. Now you're gonna set the Chicken Game. Activate Ultimaya's effect. We're special on Blackwing Dragon here, which is really strong. I like summoning Blackwing Dragon here. I think it's insane. I use these 2, right, to summon Erratic Seal here. Sorry for the huge glare. And then I banish the Blackwing Dragon, and of course the Tenpai Bident. Okay. Okay, to summon, of course, Blackwing Assault Dragon. This card does burn damage, which is absolutely insane. You know, I summon, of course, the Assault Dragon here. And then that's pretty much it, my turn. This is pretty much it, my turn. You guys, doesn't look like a lot of interruption, but these interruptions are absolutely insane, alongside with all the other non-engine that you possibly have in your opening hand, right? So you have Blackwing Dragon, which negates and also nukes the entire field. Now, your opponent's turn, you can activate your Erratic Seal. Tribute itself, right? Tribute itself. Bounce back a card to your opponent's hand. And then what you do is that you activate Erratic Seal to special summon, of course, the Hydra from the deck. And activate Hydra to set the Kaiman. Okay, you set the Kaiman here. Set the Kaiman. This triggering off Ultimaya to special summon Crystal Wing right here, which is insane. And then you have follow-up, which is Sangan Kaiman. So you have a card that burns a bunch of stuff. You have a bounce with Erratic Seal going first. You still have 2 other cards in your hand alongside with Crystal Wing the Gate. This also burns, and this right here is follow-up, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, this is what I do going first, and that's why I think it's just like a bit strong. And also alongside with like Simo Archfiends right here, if you draw it, like you basically just guarantee victory, right? Which is actually insane. So I don't think they're beating through this. Like, they have to burn so many effects just trying to get rid of Assault Dragon, and then you have Crystal Wing just to protect itself. And the follow-up with Sanguine Cannon is just insane, alongside with Hermetic Seal Bounce, which is actually really strong as well. So yeah, guys, this is the combo that, when I know that I'm gonna go first, they always force me to go first. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make sense to make this deck go second. Go second, like, you just lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, going first, like, you just do this. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much for the deck. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, enjoy this format, guys, because I am enjoying it so far. And this deck is insane. Get your SP Pink Sleeves today in the link down below at tx1.com, alongside, of course, your Unity Field playmat. Love you guys so much. Your boy Sam from TSN Sam signing out. All right, guys. Peace.